Late night talk with Ginger. Very intuitively splitting to go live because I do believe you need to hear this today, exactly in that moment, and also because I needed to share this, express this exactly in this moment. So good evening, hello, say hi if you're watching this live, say hi Ginger if you're watching the replay. I got a lot of recognition today from my clients, from my community in the HD Club, from my mentors, but actually for something, line 2, genius, that I'm doing that I usually do not get recognized for, obviously, so online. So this is actually something that I personally teach my clients that I'm going to do now myself, to bring something from the behind the scenes that we're such a genius in to the front of the business and share with you very openly a more emotional part, a side of my defined heart, which is different, which is not so much the fire, ginger, spicy, ego, confident side of me, but the ego, the tribal that deeply cares. And all of you who are in my spaces, whether it's the HD Club, the stage, my private clients, you know this part of me, that I care so much about my clients. And I open up and I'm very emotional and caring and vulnerable when it comes to how much I want my clients to succeed. And so today I had deep conversations, and I really got recognized myself for a gift that I have, that a defined heart, a healthy defined heart, a healthy ego conditions an unhealthy and open, abused ego and emotional solar plexus in such a positive way through recognition. And I received the recognition today for this trait that I deeply care, especially about projectors, to succeed. And it makes me so sad, really, really, really sad. And I'm sitting at night here preparing the last things for the stage that starts tomorrow, or I'm doing some client work, I'm boxing with client, and I'm sitting here and I always try to improve myself and get better, because now as I have access to source material which is not purchasable, accessible at any online platform, and I receive myself, have this experience since a couple of months now, and especially since I got back from Ibiza, how powerful this is. And I now receive and know what projectors require to truly succeed. And I now know it, I now understand it, I now know what I value most and what I was always seeking for the entire time I was working with other mentors or participating in masterminds and programs. And this is nothing what you can learn in a textbook or what is taught out there when you understand human, or when you learn human design, kind of the pop-up HD or the Instagrammable HD. It is really, truly the deep recognition that you receive. And it is so obvious for me when I look outside to most projectors that I see working so hard online to get their gifts out there, build their business, have more impact, reach more people. And when I know what's coming 2027, and that there will only be 4%, there will actually only be 4% of people who get to know human design. There will be among these 4% of people only 4% who will be waking up. And that means more than knowing about their design, actually correctly living it. And when I mean correct, it is a language, a source-based language, which means differentiated in who they are, fully in their authority. But so many projectors won't be living it. And I'm not talking about all the other types, which now I'm really into this, speaking to projectors, And like, I want you to feel my heart that sometimes really busts open, and I don't know what else to do, because I have this responsibility now with this knowledge that I have, that is not something that you can grasp with your mind and the understanding. Your authority and your body and everything is already inside of you. It is what Ra said, is no choice. The mechanics are always working. It is just that if you understand to work them correctly in your definition, in your differentiation, in you being different than others, that requires a totally different approach than anyone else. So I have now a higher responsibility to get better at mentoring in a differentiated way, and I'm working very hard on it. And I also know what is required for projectors who are not successful. So if you can, I see so many of you are so keen to learn more about design, so to learn more about yourself. And then my question is, why are not more projectors, good morning, hi Maria, why are not more projectors more successful? Why are not, I'm also, if you're not a projector, this also speaks to you, because I'm sharing my heart here. My defined heart cares so much about that any type succeeds in their design, in your purpose, that you live your purpose prosperously. And for me, now that I have found Source and I'm fully committed to it, it is as if Source speaks through me and I'm the messenger, the vessel. And I know the importance about this. And so now, as I value and know what I actually value most is being recognized by someone else and guided by another projector. And I bring this to my community, to my spaces, to my club, to the stage, to Elite, to my private mentorship, because it's so important for me. I want projectors to succeed and not to fail. And if you know yourself and your design and know something about your design, then why don't you see and have the success in an effortless way that feels good to you? Why don't you feel truly recognized for who you are? If you know yourself so well, why is it still that you compare yourself to others and question your intuition and are stuck in fear stories from the past because you did a mistake in the past? Maybe you're line 3, and it is not about mistake. It is about an experience that you grow from and gain wisdom from, that you are here to teach. Like, there's such a big gap that I'm here and fully committed for the depth of my heart to close, because it is so important that projectors succeed. And when I see that so many projectors know their design but don't know how to bring that in their business, it makes it really hard for me, because I've been there. I've been there, and I know how it feels to run against the wall and think, why don't they understand it? Why don't they see what I have? Why do I attract still these clients that don't really get it and don't recognize me and invite me for what I really want? And the point is, it's not that they don't understand. It's about that you don't understand. You don't understand what is required and how to receive the recognition. When you understand that, they will invite you. The fractal then changes. It is truly mechanics. It's nothing that you can understand with your mind. But I also know, and that makes my heart really heavy, I know that Source is so powerful that many are too stuck and too addicted to the mind and the overthinking and the fear of what happened in the past, or investment trauma that is so kind of also supported by the coaching industry, to sell to the not self of people, and then people don't get the results out of the programs. There's a lot that is in the coaching industry that I observe where a lot of glitter is kind of sprinkled on top of these programs, but the results, I mean, I'm gonna ask you, do you really feel that you got out of a program that you really wanted, or was there still a bitter taste of, yeah, but what does it actually mean for me, for my energy, even if you don't know about your design, or particularly for my lifestyle, or for my business, or for my offers? There's always this feeding the masses, scaling programs, getting more people in. But with this whole scaling and bigger and faster, the individual approach, the individualism, the differentiation is not guaranteed. It's not possible. It's simply not possible. When we go into 2027, it's all about the individualism. You have to understand your innate genetic value and truly identify this. And I always ask myself, who am I truly, and why am I here, and what is it that I can help my clients with? And actually, in the last 8 to 10 weeks since I got into Source, it's so obvious, and it happens through me. There's nothing I need to do to attract clients, to think about how do I create content to speak to them or to convert them. This is all mind models. And it is so exhausting. It is so exhausting. I see so many projectors trying so hard, when instead what is required is a space where they feel truly recognized and seen. And the recognition that so many projectors seek outside in their audience, from their clients, all that work that you put into marketing and content creation and showing up and trying to be consistent and selling and all that is wasted energy and attention, because what is missing is the recognition from someone who makes you feel truly recognized, seen, valued, which gives you the stability in the background of your business, so that whatever happens in the front doesn't bother you anymore. And so many projectors, this is what drove me crazy myself. But I have these conversations with my clients in my DMs all the time. Yes, I have this feeling, but I'm hesitant. I don't know. Yes, I would love to make that step, that investment, or work with you, but I'm hesitant. Like this overthinking, it is poison. It is poisoning us. The mind, the program, it is always you against the program, your authority against the program. And so many projectors will not ever live truly as a correct projector and succeed, and that breaks my heart. And I'm expressing this because I want to get this out there, because it's really heavy on my heart, and I know I'm always showing up and on fire and motivating and all this, but I realize that I cannot motivate you to become a projector. You have to make that decision, and this decision is fucking scary. And I used to be someone, because I see your potential, I have possibility view, I see it all right away, that you have the potential to become a correct projector. But if I support a authority from external, then it does not come from you. And I now know even more with the force that is in source material. And some of my clients who are in the club are here, and maybe you want to share some of your experience, but there is something that cannot be described, and I try to describe it here. Yes, you're a manifestor and you joined the club. You are always, no matter which type you are, the club is for anyone to join. It's my monthly membership, and anyone who is on my fractal, in my penta, in my energy, you receive those source codes. And this is nothing, I fully own it. It is not many out there are living, operating, studying the material at this level. So I fully own that. And I know how much work I have to do to dive deeper. This will be my lifelong studies. I committed fully to that. But I also committed, and my heart is burning, to get more projectors and manifestors and generators, manifesting generators into correctness till 2027. Until then, then when the wheel closes, when the doors close, it's done. It's really done. So if you truly knew, I always compare it with wool and cashmere. So many people think they found human design and suddenly there's a permission of, oh my God, I'm not weird. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, honey. The permission that human design gives us that we're not weird. There's something in us that we always knew is wrong with the outside and not with us. Okay. But then most people still live in the limitations of their design, actually in the limitation that is from how do I now, with this knowing about myself, can truly see the difference in my life and in my business and bring this into the business. And this is the biggest gap. There's an industry out there that makes so much money with selling knowledge but not supporting integration. And I'm not here for it. And you have to be very, very, very intentional, very wise, and very much in your authority in your body who you choose to work with, especially when it comes to design. You will recognize source-based people by the language, by their confidence and how they show up, because it is really cashmere against wool. And there is also in the aura something, even when they don't talk, something that mutates you. And even if you don't understand the words or what I talk about, something is happening in your body, and you have to trust this and follow this. But when I have people in my DMs saying, I want to work with you, but I have this and this and this history with investing and I'm fearful to make the wrong decision, then my spaces are not for you. I only take on clients in any space, whether it's the membership or the stage or anyone. If you understand that the fear program is the program running you, all the wrong, quote unquote, wrong decisions has been made because the program has spoken and triggered your not self. You felt not enough. You felt you didn't know enough. You thought you have to heal. You thought you have to fix something. All these other coaches and marketing is marketing to not self. It is truly obvious. And I could also market to you not self to make the sale. But I'm now in integrity with the design that I have longer launches so that all authorities go through their process. I'm sharing more the material and my own experience and what I observe, truly what is missing, and show you the bridge to close the gap between the knowing about design and the truly living it and successfully in your life and your business. But your authority speaks to you. You are the authority. And I always remind you, your body knows. And when you feel fear, it is actually not the fear. It's the fear programming. It's the program. You have to discern this. And I see so many who are hanging on my lips, watching my stories every day. And I tell you, you have to join some of my spaces to truly get into your design. But I will never convince anyone. I just know if you don't do that, then you are not ready for source. And at some point, I will clean my audience like I do regularly. And then I have to keep my audience clean for the ones who are ready for source, and not just the ones who are watching and thinking they can, whatever, take something out of my daily story. So a lot of things the more I go into source, the more I understand what is required that I can be in my projector energy. And that means less accessibility. A projector, this is what I see for a lot of projectors, get truly into their bitterness because we observe, when we absorb we observe the audience, we absorb the people, and then we absorb a lot of not self auras. And when my spleen says that's not healthy, that you look at these people, or that as a sixth line, I observe from the penthouse, and I choose who observes me as the role model. And when my spleen tells me that's not healthy, and I feel there must be a cleanup, then I trust. I just fully trust. And my mind would say, yeah, but let them, you have to grow your audience. You have to build trust and a relationship with your audience. And that's all program and models based on the cross-off planning. So you have to ask yourself, is the business that you have built is truly 2027 proofed? Is it made for the cross of Phoenix? Do we actually understand what that means? And it's not the new era. No, that's what the kids call the new era. They have no idea what's coming. Or have you seeking or following some coaches and business models that are built on the cross of planning, and this will crumble. So anything that they taught us about audience growth and community building never worked for me. And I always trust my intuition and my body more. And now as I know about source, that is correct. That is correct. And so I wanted to share how much I care, but I also know that the work that I have to do on myself is the highest priority, being in alignment so that my clients and everyone who is in my space receive the purest energy. And with this, I only take people who are full empowered in wanting to become correct and wanting to be successful projectors. And I care so much that I just share that it is hard for me to express, because the role that you see me modeling, the confidence, the unapologeticness, all that is very fiery and can activate a lot in people. I know this, but now I'm speaking very emotional as a non-emotional, but from a defined heart that says, I'm fucking sad sometimes because I don't know what else to do. And I have to take my hands off. I have to take being in the passenger seat means also letting people go and sit with their fear in their mind. When you go like, I have these spaces, it's right in front of you. Why does it not happen? And then the answer is always because the program is stronger, the not self is stronger. And facing reality with that takes a lot of self-trust in also my authority, because I have a defined heart. I have the channel of surrender. It can be highly manipulative. I could have way more financial success if I would do it in the old way of manipulating people with the knowledge that I have right now to speak to the not self. I could easily manipulate so many more people into my spaces. But the thing would never work for me anymore. Because I feel this integrity and the responsibility for source. And I have been chosen to teach and share this and be someone who transports that. It is nothing that you can purchase and sign up for and make a certification. And I'm very honored about this. I don't talk about this very often, but the women in my space know this and feel the difference since a couple of weeks. And it makes me so happy when I just do my thing and be myself, and these women mutate, transform, and evolve like Maria by me not telling you what to do. You just find more trust in yourself and being yourself. Of course, I teach a lot so that you understand yourself better, but it's such a power, and then the ease comes because we don't have to try so hard. The shifts I experience by just being in Ginger's place is mind-blowing. It is not anything what you can read and find about HD. This is a knowledge that happens on a cellular level. Thank you so much, Maria. She's a generator. Thank you for recognizing me and sharing your experience. It is truly something. That's why it's so hard for me to market or sell, because it is nothing you can explain, and it truly takes a lot of trust. So if you know your authority, then following that is what makes you live your type correctly. And a lot of projectors are way too accessible for bitterness, accessible for people in their life, especially in their audience, who make you feel bitter, who condition you. You take the aura in every day when you just open your phone and look at the people. And the transmission today that I shared in the HD Club was about no access policy, meaning the people that you have in your life right now, no matter which type you are, but they determine the lower set point of your signature. So in order to have higher caliber clients coming in, more money, more visibility, more sales, we need to raise the set point. And this is with your current client standards, and is with your audience. So just instead of saying, oh, these are just people and just, gain more followers or whatever. Hi, Amy. Good morning to Australia. It is really about the quality, about the people that you have in your life. They determine your energy. They as a projector, we take on conditioning just by looking at people, and that determines your level of your energetic signature. For projectors, it's success. For all your sacrals, what are you responding to all the time? How much frustration comes up when you see that? I have a no bitterness policy right now, and everything has to go that makes me feel bitter. My spleen is kind of having a fall cleanse, and that really feels good. But on the other hand, it feels very, oh, this is what we're doing right now. We're gonna release a bunch of followers. Interesting. We're gonna end this client even though they want to keep working with me. We're gonna move out of this apartment into an even bigger apartment. Interesting. Okay, at this level, I'm not overthinking. Passenger consciousness means I fucking trust my body. And I can discern the fear mind that wants to convince me that no. We have done so many mistakes. We need to have more clarity. We need to have whatever, more information. The clarity will not come, is there in the moment when you have understanding about your authority. But what I really wanted to share is my behind the scenes experience. The more I study, the more I grasp, the more I understand the seriousness of the knowledge that we have and the responsibility that I have. And this is an honor to work with, especially projectors who are willing to break out of the program of being victimized, being always the entire life we heard you're doing something wrong, you're not conform, you're not fitting in, you're too much, too emotional, too lazy, too everything. And understanding now that this is correct for us, and that when we live our design correctly, we actually live it completely the opposite that to 99% of the population. That takes fucking courage. That takes courage. But it's easier to sit there and say, oh yeah, next round. It's easier to continue doing and playing small and staying in the box. And what really breaks my heart is the level of acceptance and accessibility that projectors show for bitterness. I was talking about it yesterday. If this resonates deeply with you, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you found my world. And I have so many options where you can deepen this understanding and really learn how to be correct. It starts with the membership. It's $150 per month. It will transform an even more mentorship space with a library where we have Q&As, where by now I kind of have these daily transmissions that are 30, 40, 45 minutes long. So go to the link to my bio, go to HD Success Club, and let your authority make the decision. But the point is, when I say let your authority make the decision and you're new to design, you're still so much hooked up into the program. It's like I just get an image that the program has a plug into your brain and is really controlling you. And when I say go and check that out and let your authority decide, actually, to be honest, you will still have the program too strongly running your mind, the mind addiction, the thinking. We're raised by just saying, oh, make a pro and cons list, think about it, sit with it a little bit. This is the program. So rather that, I would say, if this all resonates with me, then, and you want to take it deeper, and you feel this in your body, trust that. That's the first step. This is really the first step. And other than that, yes, we might be scared because it is totally new and goes against the program. And the program was very tricky to implant you with a little program that says, whenever you want to break out, I make you feel fear. And fear is an instinct. And there could be a tiger around the corner and you could die. I'm going to say you will die if you are not living your type correctly after 2027. There's no way back. And people have no fucking clue what's happening. So I am more than passionate. I'm deeply committed. I care so much. You have no idea. Because as a non-emotional, and maybe don't, it's a different way to show it. So this was a live stream that I wanted to show that part of me. And, when I look at my followers, when I look at you, and I look at your little bubbles, and I see it every day, and I love to be on Insta stories, and I barely get any feedback. People message me, not much. I know it's a 6-line thing. I know I have a lot of confidence. I know there's a lot of, ooh, we better not bother her. I know that, but I'm a human, yeah, and behind the scenes, there's a lot of fun, a lot of sassiness. I showed it yesterday in my live stream, if you watched it. Like, there's so many facets that I also want to share more. Because I know I cannot motivate you to become your most authentic, true self. I can teach you. I can guide you. And this is, if you needed to hear this, and this is a sign to join one of my spaces, you're very welcomed. If you have to sit with it and overthink it, it's not a place for you. It's not. It's so powerful because it comes with a warning. You will be changing your life entirely and you will be fucking successful. So this is what we do in our life, in our world. And if you want that, I care about you. I take care of you. For sure. Tribal energy. Okay, I'm sending you a lot of love. I will go and prepare the stage. The doors open tomorrow. If you're a projector and you felt drawn to my work, there's an opportunity to work 8 weeks with me, one-on-one, especially with focused on visibility, marketing and selling, recognition and invitation. That is a place for you. I have one space left. you can DM me or just check the link in my bio. Have a great rest of your day, night, or wherever you are. Sending you lots of love.